What is going on, my stock market bulls and bears? I am your host, Terry, and welcome to my channel, baby. Buy the dip, that is right, guys. And I am super excited for this video, and I just got a smile on my face because this is one that I know no other YouTuber is talking about right here. This is one that's so far under the radar, man. This thing is just crazy. This is a SPAC that's literally at a $10 base price. They announce what they're merging with. And this is just so cool because it adds a lot of diversity to my portfolio. And I'm just super excited about this one. And this is one I did put in the Weeble, man. First link down below. Use that link, deposit $100. Get yourself some free stock. And we're going to go check out the Weeble account. I bought 50 shares of this today. And I'm going to go ahead and buy 50 more because it's basically at the base price and you can't lose it, guys. Let's go take a look at Weeble real quick. All right, guys, and we are here to take a look at it. That's right. Ticker symbol is BSPE. And this is one that is just like, what are we talking about? That's right. It's going to be it's under the Bespoke Capital Acquisition. This is one that is at $10.04. You heard that right. $10.04. What could this possibly be, guys? They are merging with a vintage wine place, and I'm truly excited about it. They're in California. We're going to watch the whole interview. It's about 6 minutes long. I definitely highly suggest for you to stick in and check it out. Like I said, guys, I bought 50 shares of this today. I put about $500 in it. I'm looking to put another 500 in it because there's really no risk. As you can see, back in February, when this thing was originally announced, it shot up to $11.37 at the high, and it's recently sold off because there hasn't been any really kind of, PR on this. I bought at 50 shares, I think at $10.09, and now it's $10.04. And it can't go below $10 until after any kind of merger. But I think people is just sleeping on this one. So let's go take a look at that interview, guys, and see what it's all about. I think you'll be a little excited. And I think this is one just people are not thinking about it, and I'm being the first guy to bring this one to you. I did put this in the Patreon group as well, guys. So that second link below, $5 a month Patreon. I put this in there for my people to go grab it. Why it's so dirt cheap before it shoots up 10-20%. So if it don't pop off, you all got, lucky break. If this don't take off first thing in the morning, it didn't take off today. I don't know when it'll take off. But I don't have a problem just buying this and letting it set in the Weeble account. That's what I'm doing. Just letting it set there. So let's go listen to that. And this was with my girl Liz Claiming. That's right, the Claiming Countdown. I love Liz. She has a lot of great stuff on here. This was just yesterday, February 16th. Vintage Wine Estate CEO Pat Roney and Bespoke Capital Executive Chairman Paul Walsh on taking Vintage Wine Estates public via SPAC on how the wine industry has been impacted by the pandemic. Let's just get in here and watch this, guys. I'm super excited about this one.
After hitting pandemic lows back on March 23rd, if you look at the S&P 500, that was the low over the past year, and you can see the big climb. Yes, it popped, but you can throw wine corks into the mix as well. Retail wine sales growing by 16%, according to Nielsen, over the same period. A trend our next guests are looking to capitalize on. 20-year-old Vintage Wine Estates is going public in a SPAC deal valued at $690 million, giving investors the chance to soon add some red, white, and maybe some green to their portfolio. In a network exclusive, we welcome the two men behind the multi-million-dollar deal, Vintage Wine Estates CEO Pat Roney and former CEO of Diageo, Bespoke Capital Acquisition Corp Executive Chair Paul Walsh. Great to have you both. Paul, I want to start with you. While looking for a SPAC target to take public in a reverse merger, a blank check merger, you met with more than 100 companies. Why did you pick Vintage Wine Estates?
Because Vintage Wine Estate offers us all the characteristics we want. It's a growing business. It's in a huge growing category. The category is fragmented, and therefore we can continue to do what Pat's done very successfully, grow organically, bring in smaller...
Real quick, guys, you can see the Vintage Wine Estates has completed more than 20 winery acquisitions over the past decade. Just wanted to point that out. Let's get back to this interview.
Have a phenomenal growth runway ahead of us.
Pat, I could ask the same question with a twist to you. You're profitable. You've run this company for 20 years. Why take on the headache of going public? I mean, there are obvious payoffs as well, but you really need to sit there every quarter and deal with the announcements and the earnings, etc. I mean, what do you really gain from this?
Well, we gain a great partner with Paul Walsh and the Bespoke team. They've got a solid track record behind them, and we're taking a page out of Paul's playbook to grow the company through innovation, organic growth, and acquisitions. And with it, we also get almost $1 billion of capital to make additional acquisitions, and we're excited about that growth rate and excited about the opportunity to continue our rapid growth for the company.
Paul, the pandemic has really become, you could say, at-home bartending. People started hacking their own drinks, etc. I mean, you could look at some of the gains that areas of this sector have really seen, whether it's whiskey or it's pre-mixed drinks. It's pretty stunning how much they've seen sales really spike here. But wine in particular, what do you see for the future? Because you've got to present to investors an opportunity to scale up.
Well, first of all, if you look at beverage alcohol generally, it's an incredibly enduring category. In my long career at Diageo, I saw it time and again. You'd have economic blips and you'd come straight through it. The other thing that's been very interesting about the pandemic is the move to home delivery, or in the case of VWE, direct to consumer. This is the best placed wine business for that particular trade channel. We've seen it grow. We expect it to continue to grow. So we're very excited about it.
I would imagine. And Pat, you look at what's happened to certainly sales in the industry, and what have you seen? You have everything from Napa to Sonoma, Paso Robles brands, legacy brands, new generations of vintage wines. But we saw during the pandemic so many restaurants shut down, so many places, tasting rooms were not open. So has it almost been a wash when it comes to the demand that you've seen?
Well, we've actually grown through the pandemic, and we've certainly seen some shifts from tasting rooms being shuttered and on-premise being, closed down essentially. But that really has pivoted to a lot of growth, a lot of pantry stocking, and then growth in the major retailers as well as in the direct-to-consumer. And particularly, we've seen almost a 10-year growth in the category in the last 7 months on the DTC side. And that's why we've actually gone to 2-day delivery of wine all across the country. We do all of our own pick, and really going to be a trend that the consumer is going to continue in terms of buying online.
Real quick update here. You see, Roney says we get almost $1 billion in capital by going public with Bespoke to make acquisitions and increase our growth. Guys, that is huge. They want to take the money and acquire more companies. That's why I'm loving this, man. This is one that I just don't understand how it's so low. People are sleeping on it, but let's get back to finish up this interview.
We're excited about fulfilling that need.
Paul, Bespoke Capital Acquisition Corp., and we've got it up on the screen right now because it is the company that trades public at the moment. You're looking for this target. Originally, you guys were looking for cannabis names, and then you shifted to spirits or to wine. What happened with the cannabis idea?
Well, first of all, we indeed did look at cannabis. That's why initially we listed on the TSX, dual listed on TSX and on the NASDAQ, BSPE on NASDAQ. I think the cannabis space is still very confused. We've seen a lot of companies who've continually missed numbers.
One thing here real quick, whilst they expect the home delivery and direct-to-consumer aspect of the alcohol industry to grow. I think that there sums it up really great, guys. That is a phenomenal point there that they're saying how the direct-to-consumer, the home delivery, man, as you know, DoorDash, Uber Eats, they all do this stuff now. Let's finish up this interview.
The regulatory framework is still unclear, and therefore we felt right now it was not for us. So we pivoted. We looked, as you said earlier, at a lot of companies focused on beverage alcohol, and then started a dialogue with Pat and his team. And Yeah, we think we're in the right category. And it's not just a category play. This is a platform. We can do other things in this space to capitalize on the great distribution that Pat's built up.
Well, Pat, Paul, come back when you guys go public. We're excited to see this actual SPAC merger come to fruition during a time where, I don't know about you, but everybody's on a Tuesday. Tuesday's the new Saturday night when it comes to drinking. Guys, thank you very much.
All right, guys. So there we go. Truly, I don't know what you guys think, man, but I am super excited about this one. Like I said, I grabbed up 50 shares of this. And I don't know why I just didn't go ahead and grab the whole 100 shares of this, because this is one that, like I said, it's basically no risk. The only risk you have is that this merger goes through and they change the ticker symbol and it drops below $10. But up until that point, you have no risk. So you can literally buy this, and I'll keep you up to date on the merger dates. You can be Googling this. Oh, real quick, I wanted to show you. This is how up to date this bad boy is. Guys, if you go here to the stock twits and type in their ticker symbol, BSPE, it's not even on StockTwits. You cannot, there ain't even a category for this one yet. That's how new this bad boy is, and no one's even talking about it. So, like I said, there's really no risk being it's at $10 and no one's talking about it. I've never found like a SPAC or a stock before that is not even on StockTwits. So you type in ticker symbol BSPE and you can't even get on there and talk about it with people. So I'll keep up to date on this. If you guys think it's something you want to be interested in, check it out. Do your own research. Like I said, I purchased in it, but like I said, that's my decision. If you want to purchase in, you can make that decision yourself. So guys, hope you all enjoyed today's video. If you did, hit that thumbs up and join the Thumbs Up Nation. I love and appreciate every single one of you guys. And do not forget that Weeble and Patreon down below, guys. I will catch you all on the next one. Remember to buy the dip, baby. Let's go.